Hello friends, and welcome to the Stampin' Squad. Today I have a really cute card for you. I think you're gonna love it, and it is so easy. And the nice thing about it is that you can switch it up and use different colors of cardstock, paper, different stamp sets, different punches. So it's a very versatile way to make a card. If you're new here in the Stampin' Squad, I just want to tell you that we are a community of friends, and we're learning to value and appreciate each other and ourselves and the creative spirit in all of us. So these are the things I'm going to use today, at least some of the things. First, I'm going to use this Heartfelt Hexagon stamp set. Specifically, we're going to use the Let's Eat Cake. And then there's a little stamp right here. I'm just gonna call that a flourish. That's what it looks like to me. It looks like a flourish. We are going to use the hexagon punch that coordinates with it. You can buy that stamp set and the punch as a bundle if you want to get both of those things. So first, let me just take my piece of thick, basic white cardstock. It's 8.5 inches by 5.5 inches, just the standard size for our card base. And I just folded it in half. I need to use my punch and punch out some hexagons from this paper. This paper is called Delightful Floral, and it is part of the Translucent Floral Suite. So you also will be seeing it with that stamp set and die set. But it's gorgeous paper. It's got some beautiful colors in it. So to make this card, I need some hexagons. So I'm just going to punch them out here from each of these. And it's really hard to decide because both sides of this paper are beautiful. Both sides are beautiful. Is that right? Check my grammar there. I love it. We're going to use this one with the leaves. And really, the combinations are limitless. You can really go to town and make a bunch of these cards. We made these cards in February at my in-person stamp club, and they were a big hit. I always love to see the creativity, let's see, how do I want to do this, of other stampers, because I showed them the card I made, but nobody made it exactly like the way I made mine, which is great, and we can get some ideas from each other and get inspired. Now I want to punch a hole in the front of my card. So to do that, I'm going to slip this in my punch, and I'm going to put it all the way in where it won't go in any further. And I am going to punch it, let's see, I'm kind of looking at the right edge and trying to figure out how far in I want it. I think I'm going to go right about there. So I'm just going to set this aside for now. At the end, I'm going to show you another version I made. I'll give you a different choice where I did use that piece of white cardstock. All right, now it's just a matter of deciding what's going to go where. Let's see. I think I'm going to put these two here, and then maybe this one here, and this one here. How about that? Let's do that. Now I'm going to glue these on. You can use your Stampin' Seal if you prefer that. I think this actually looks better that way. It looked upside down before. I don't know if it really is or not, but I'm going to adhere these with my green glue to the front of my card, and then I'm just going to trim off these edges that we don't need. So where shall I start? First, let me move this out of the way. We are going to do a little stamping in just a minute. Now I'm just looking where I determine where I don't need glue. So I don't need it on this edge, and I don't need it right at the top. So I'm just going to start in here a little bit. Oh, I glued my finger. Hold on. Let me get rid of that because I don't want to be sticking to things. Okay, there we go. And see, I'm going to put it right about there. And then this one will go here. I like the glue because I can scoot things around just a little bit if I feel like I need to. So this one, I don't need glue right up here on this corner, but I do need it everywhere else. So let's do that. Okay. I'm gonna scoot it just a little bit. All right, this one, we need glue everywhere except to this edge. So let's do that. I'm being kind of crazy with my glue today. Let's see if I can get that in there straight. That looks pretty good. One more down here. Now this one, actually not very much of it is going to go on the card. So I only need glue from about this spot upward. So we put that in there, like that. Does that one look crooked? Maybe I'll bring that down just a little bit. So I'm kind of looking at all of these, looking at the white space, just trying to balance it. It doesn't have to be exact, but I'd like for it to kind of have a similar white space in between all of those pieces. Now we just need to trim these off. So the thing about this is, this one, it's a pretty large piece that I'm trimming off. I'm not going to throw that away. I am going to keep that because I might want to use it on another card like this. And I could use it down here. There's plenty that I could still use it on another card. So I'm going to hold on to that. Let's trim off these other edges. I don't know which is my favorite color here, because they are very, very beautiful, vibrant colors. And I'm kind of having a hard time deciding if I like that flower side or the flower pieces or the leaf pieces, because the leaves are so, the leaves, wow, I'm having a hard time talking today, are really gorgeous as well. And I'm going to show you what I'm going to do with this piece in just a moment. Okay. Got all the edges clipped off. There we are. Now I'm going to stamp on this. Let's stamp on this piece of Designer Series paper. I'm using Pretty Peacock, which is a very, very dark color. It is one of the colors that is in the paper. And here's my Let's Eat Cake stamp, and here is my Flourish stamp. So I'm going to bring this down here so I can get my head over the top of it so I can see what I'm doing. All right, so we're inking that up. And then hold it in place for just a moment. There we go. That ink is so dark, it shows up, even though this is kind of a bright pink color, it does show up. Sometimes I forget, you know, we always seem to want to stamp, or anyway, I do. I always seem to want to stamp on my cardstock, and I forget that I can also stamp on the paper. There we go. Now, I am going to adhere this right here in this area that I punched out. So let's get a little more glue. And I'm just going to kind of slip it in. So I'm going to lift up the front of my card There we go. So that stays in there. Just like that. How adorable. So cute. Let's eat cake. I love birthday cards. There we are. Now, we're going to add one thing. I've got this gorgeous Pretty Peacock ribbon. Here it is. Pretty Peacock and gold. So it's really, really pretty woven ribbon. I'm just going to tie a knot here. There we go. I'm just going to tie the knot and then put it on, and then I'll trim it after I get it on. So I need a glue dot. Let me see if I can find one. Yes. Here they are. That was lucky. Okay. Here we are. Got our glue dot on the back of that knot, and I'm just going to put it right here in the corner of that hexagon, and then let's trim this off. There's one. Let me do it this way. And there's the other edge. So we can zhuzh this around a little bit, get it like we like it. But there you have it. Very easy, very cute card. So now, are you thinking about the paper you have, the cardstock you have, the stamps you have, the punches you have that you could use to make this card? Now let me show you my other version. Remember, I punched this out, and so instead of using Designer Series paper, on this one, I actually used the piece of cardstock. So you can see it there. So the same thing, I just put some glue on the back of it after I stamped it and put it right here. So those are the two versions. Oh, look, I ended up putting that in the same place on both of them. But this one's got all flowers. This one's got some of the greenery and the flowers. But I think they're both really cute. You tell me which one you like the best. And if you have questions about the card or the products I used or anything, just leave me a comment or send me an email. And I will see you again very soon. Bye-bye.